Sandbaggers Case Files, a look back at the best spy show you've never heard of. Neil Burnside becomes a champion of human rights in today's episode, My Name is Anna Wiseman, the first of only 3 episodes not written by series creator Ian Mackintosh. Burnside skips an appointment with C to meet with a woman in a playground. The conversation is cryptic, but we glean 2 important things. 1, she's going to be departing Belgium for somewhere in a few days' time. And 2, she has less than a year to live. Before leaving, she also gives Burnside a tape. Burnside rushes back to deliver some important news to C in person, but no one seems eager to listen.
We have the opportunity to plant a sleeper. I would like your approval to go ahead.
Well, I can't give approval without further details, and I just don't have the time. Now, you'll have to take this.
Right, sir?
Oh, and Matthew.
Sir.
Now, obviously, we won't want to go ahead unless there's a definite aim and a reasonable chance of success.
Understood, sir.
Now, I really must leave.
The next morning, Burnside briefs Willie Kane on the woman's backstory. An orphan survivor of a Nazi concentration camp, as an adult, Wiseman joined the SIS, where she sought advice from Burnside when he was still Sandbagger 1 about how to become a sleeper agent. On Burnside's advice, she eventually worked her way into a top job at NATO in Brussels, cultivated a relationship with a minor Soviet bureaucrat, and has convinced him that she wants to defect. And now that Burnside is director of operations, the time has come to plant her. Peel approves the operation based on Burnside's cover story that she's going to attempt to get a job at the Soviets' training school for undercover agents, but as for what her real mission is, Burnside is playing that close to the vest. However, Kane spots a hole in the plan. Or is it?
Anna Wiseman worked for D-Int, the last D-Int, Edward Tyler.
Well, what if she did?
Well, you must have discussed it with him, the fact that she wanted to be a sleeper.
All right, so I did.
Yeah, at a time when Tyler was passing information across to Moscow, as fast as he could lay hands on it. So her cover's blown already.
She knows that. I just wanted to see if it occurred to you, because if it didn't, it was unlikely to occur to anyone else in SIS.
Well, are you going to send her? I mean, she doesn't stand a chance of surviving interrogation.
That's what she wants.
To absolutely no one's surprise, except possibly Peel's, Burnside tells Kane that he still plans to go ahead with the operation, just unofficially.
To succeed, she must really hit the news when she defects, both in the East and the West. And we achieve that by making her defection a sensation.
This time, it's Mike Wallace's turn to go to Brussels because, as Burnside points out, he's a better shot. Mike tosses Wiseman's flat as a pretext for putting Wiseman's escape plan into motion. Then, as she prepares to depart,
Anna!
Burnside convinces C and Peel that Wiseman must have acted on her own, despite having told her that the mission was cancelled.
What's on this? Well, she gave it to me when I first contacted her about the operation. It's a personal statement. She said it could, if we wanted to, be reproduced in large numbers and sent out to dissident groups in Eastern Europe, or perhaps broadcast through the World Service. It's an impressive document. Could be of value to us if they should break her.
Well, they've got her in Moscow. They know all about her.
Yes, and they'll squeeze every last ounce of propaganda value out of her.
I can't see that anything of this nature is going to alter the price of fish.
When you hear this recording, you may already know my name, for I shall have been brought to trial for political offences against the Soviet Union. This was my intention, and I've done what I've done in order that my name will be linked with the many thousands of people who have been tried and imprisoned for holding views which disagree with those of the Kremlin and the KGB. I speak first to you, the leaders and administrators of the Soviet Union. You are not the first group of people who have sought world supremacy. Others have gone before you. and each has been finally destroyed by the very same disregard for the will of the people which you condone and encourage in the USSR today. Your thirst for power, your world ambitions, your willingness to trample upon the rights of the individual are the fatal flaws in the foundations of your totalitarian state. Lend an ear to the people who have the courage to stand in line day after day in the Moscow waiting room of the Central Committee, each with his declaration of grievance. Listen to these people, the people whose revolution against Tsarist oppression you pretend to perpetuate, but who now cry out against the new oppression of your system that will admit no criticism against itself. Now, to the people who labor under the Soviet yoke, I say this: listen to that voice which speaks inside the mind. Whisper to your children from their earliest years that every human being should have the right to those freedoms which the state forbids. Finally, to the Western world, I say this: your freedom is a priceless gift. You undervalue it or abuse it at your peril. If you lose it, you will yourselves become prisoners of a regime that allows no criticism of itself, no alternative to its oppressive policies, no expression of individuality. I ask you, therefore, to defend your freedom, so that all people now dominated by Soviet Russia may one day share it with you. My name is Anna Wiseman.
In the next episode, Kane investigates the suspicious death of a prominent British businessman in Prague, only to discover that he may still be alive and in the hands of the KGB. That's next time on the Sandbaggers Case Files.